So Bart, how are you? It's Ken here, RD Labs community. Thanks for taking the time out to spend some time with us today, really to have a better understanding. So first of all, you're part of the community, the RD Labs community, the Familia as we call it. So, welcome first and foremost. How are you doing?
Yeah, good. Thank you. Thank you very much. Great.
Absolutely amazing. That's amazing. So yeah, basically we spoke earlier, being kind of like, looking at the project that you've really been working on over the last, couple of months or so now. So definitely just want to have the opportunity to, just do a mini AMA, just spend, half an hour or so just to have a better understanding in terms of, the updates that I've seen, and really just for you to kind of like just resonate and explain in terms of, what you're doing, what you're bringing to the table, and why you feel this is going to provide value to the ecosystem, and take it from there. So yeah, just give us a background, a summary for those that don't know about yourself, Bart, because obviously I think it was a few months ago, actually, we did a nice AMA, about yourself in the group. So you come with, you're quite astute in terms of your background, I must say, but you can tell everyone about that, and then fast forward to how you got into the market and what you're doing today.
Yeah, thanks, Ken. Great. Thanks for the opportunity to do this AMA. A short introduction. I'm my background is in speed skating. I used to be an athlete from 1988 internationally till 2006. Competed in 5 Olympics. Got 1 gold medal. After that, I went into coaching and entrepreneurship. Since 2017, I actually into crypto. Just like the majority of people looking at price and going up and going down, and only busy with can I make money, can I make money, can I make money? And then I run into this group, and that was a delightful experience to find a group that is busy with more fundamentals behind projects. And I was all the time feeling like, okay, what can I do? What can I do? I want to contribute. I'm not just want to stare at price charts and get angry when the price go down and feel furious if the price go up. I want to contribute, so I thought, okay, maybe I can do some research. And then I started thinking what I run into all the time. I run into projects that, were rock pull and bad intention. Of course, there are many good projects as well, but yeah, I thought, why are there not really good DeFi projects with gaming? And then I thought, okay, I don't have a gaming background. I don't have a program background. What is my background? And I used to be good in like marketing, sports marketing, crowdfunding. And I thought, okay, I can bring teams together. I can bring knowledge together. And in that combination, we as a group can build a project. And if everybody is having kind of the same intention, same philosophy of how to run a business, how to run a startup, why can I not start something like this? So yeah, that's actually in a very short story how I started. I found a designer that could make NFTs. I live now up in Norway, so where the trolls are born. We have a big background in the history of the country. Of course, not as big as it was like 1,000 years ago or 1,200 years ago. But yeah, I thought, okay, something with trolls, and then crypto trolls, and then Cryptrolls now. And then we came to a funny, a nice story on how to start a project, because I think a game has to have a story, and we came up with Cryptrolls.
Very interesting. It's good. I didn't know that's where the name derived from. So it's an interesting story, to be fair. Fast forward, the whole trolls, and obviously your geographical location and connected to that. That's absolutely amazing. So how did that whole process come where you've now got identified the the name? What made you really then focus on this dynamics?
Now I saw like, okay, in 2017, it was all about, something in the future with blockchain, and it's amazing, and this is possible and this is possible. So, and it turns out there was no implementation of anything. And so it was all based on speculation. And of course that's nice and you can make crazy money, but it's very it's like insane stressful, you know. And then the DeFi came in, and then I saw, hey, this is really going somewhere. And then I saw the NFTs. First, I did not understand anything about NFTs. I thought, okay, why do you want to have a digital art? So that idea. Then suddenly the gaming came in, and then the identity, and then ownership. And then I thought, okay, you know, of course, listening to a lot of people that have much more knowledge about it and much more experience and were very early adapters. Then I thought, okay, yeah, those people are really see something, and there is really a chance, and this is really a future, and there is a gaming industry that's insanely big, and these will come together, and this is not going away anymore. This is totally the future. I totally saw that this is a business model that will last for I don't know how long. That will not go away anymore. You know, speculation on prices will go up and down, and you have crypto winter and all those things. But DeFi, gaming, yeah, that's not going to go away. It will have, of course, waves of success and less success, but it will stay, and it's a use case. It's a proven use case. So that's why I said, okay, if I want to put my time and effort in something, it's this. And then the other thing that I saw was, okay, the gaming world is one big centralized organization, you know, and not only the gaming world, but actually the whole economy. I was always wondering, is the end user, the man on the street, us, they actually make a product successful because we use it, we buy it. And of course, somebody has an idea and they make it, but if nobody buys it, the product is not successful. So why is there not much more value going to the people that makes a product or a service or whatever a success, is the end user? So then I thought, okay, we have to make something with a DAO. You know, the possibility of DAOs is immense. And the DAOs, yeah, it's going to take over the corporate world by storm, if it's not already. But there is so much potential and so much power in DAOs. So then I thought, okay, we have to make something with a gaming DAO. You know, the gamers are the ones that make every game successful. If all the gamers stop tomorrow, not one CEO make money anymore. So yeah, that's really said, okay, this is a way to go. A DAO, a gaming DAO that that is also a financial circle, you know, like the DAO is depending on the gamer and the games depending on the DAO. So you have a common interest in existence, and that really, yeah, say, okay, this is a way, here's a possibility. If you do this the right way, with the right intention, with the right people, and only thinking, how do we make this the best experience for the gamers? And that in every decision you make, it must be in that direction, financially, gaming wise, then you have totally, yeah, gold in your hands with this innovative market.
Totally agree with you. These are conversations we're having on a regular basis with, you know, our team, peers, really just discussing where we believe this whole market is moving to. And I'm at the forefront and totally agree that, you know, this whole DAO, decentralized, you know, autonomous organization, this is the way that, you know, you're going to see this flat line in terms of this hierarchy totally gone. And this voting structure, which is clearly distributed evenly throughout the whole group. And then you're having communities that are making those decisions, right? And then people are aligning their interests, right? Part of these communities. We even saw yesterday, I don't know if you heard, Constitution DAO. They basically raised about $40 million, and their aim was to actually buy a rare, 1778 or something copy of the US Constitution that was actually going to go on auction in Sotheby's today. So, you know, they came, they had an idea, and they said, listen, let's put a DAO together. Let's call it the Constitution DAO. Let's get people to pledge, right? Not investing, right? Not speculating to make money, but just a clear inherent view or feeling or moral ethics regarding something. And they're coming together and they're putting capital, and then they're trying to make a decision. So initially, I think they were looking to try and raise maybe like 10 million or 20, but it surpassed $40 million when I last checked a few hours ago. So I think now they're going to bid today, sometime today. So it'll be interesting to see how it's going. So what I'm saying is it's morphing into so many different areas, right? Not just the whole GameFi aspect, but if you have views about, you know, forestation, for example, or, you know, you have a love of a certain art, you know, or sport, for example, and you come together in interest and you want to make a change, you can do that collectively. So I think it's just a massive change. So walk me through those mechanics of why you've decided to kind of like have this connection between this game aspect, NFT and DAO, because it seems like it's strong in terms of the names, but how is it going to work? Walk me through what's actually going to occur. What's the USP uniqueness behind what you're doing?
The uniqueness, of course, it has to prove itself. You know, you can write down the best stories, and again, eventually, the people have to accept it and go with it. But yeah, what I see, and with the rest of the team, we are a very small team. You know, still we are in developing and expanding the network. But what we see is a DAO that actually becomes kind of an investment fund, kind of in and specialized in gaming. So it's going to be kind of a liquid pool out of which the finance come to develop games, maintain them, and develop further. So that's the big picture. And then with the Cryptrolls is kind of the first game that comes out of it, but there should come more games out of this DAO. And the DAO itself, if you have a good DeFi product inside the DAO, which provides not only liquidity to the game, but also liquidity to the crypto market, or any market that needs liquidity, then this DAO becomes an automatic system by itself that is a healthy liquidity pool out of which everything can be financed. So that's kind of the big picture, and the uniqueness, I think, in the gaming, because the majority of the gaming are still centralized, organized, and of course you see now that a lot of gaming projects say, we will develop towards a DAO. For example, Sandbox, you know, they are extremely big, and they say, we will develop to a DAO, and that's always a difficult transition, you know, to from such a big centralized organization develop towards a DAO, because there's always a lot of lines of power that exist and that have invested. And that's also one of the things where we look at is, okay, all crypto projects, or a lot of them, have venture capitalists as their starters. We see it differently. We try to stay away from it, because again, that is still a centralized way of doing business, is starting with some investors that have a lot of had a big part of the starting company, and then still kind of in control. And we really try to also do that in a different way. We really try to, from the start, that the retail investor, or the smaller, bigger retail investor, is making part of the whole build up of the first financial part. And the NFT sales in the beginning will be used to have a starting capital to be a little bit independent, so we can continue. So in that way, I think we can be indifferent compared to others. And of course, it's a very competitive world. You have to develop good games. You have to develop a good economy model. You have to develop good gaming loops, not only the gaming, but also the financial loops in it. So yeah, that needs to be good. If you put all those things together and you deliver, then you can be a success.
Absolutely amazing. So where are you right now in terms of the proof of concept or MVP or the whole development aspect? Do you have like something that one can actually test out, or where are you along that path?
No, we are now on we started like 3 months ago, 3.5 months ago, with the development of the NFTs, the trolls. And we will have a first limited edition, and that's kind of a surprise. Nobody knows yet. We didn't communicate it, but we can say it here. It's a special edition around Christmas, very small, to kind of start and test the waters. And that's also one of the approaches. There is no big financial money involved yet. All the people that involved work time. They put a lot of time in. Nobody's putting investment. We don't ask for investment yet. We also want to prove the concept, through small steps, because I think every concept should prove itself before you go into the next phase of development. And of course, in the past, ICOs, IDOs, they collect huge amounts of money and then they start trying to prove the concept. Now we do a different way. If these NFT sales do not succeed, if we're not able to sell the story in this way, and we cannot make those first NFTs sell a success, then probably the concept is not good, and we don't need to go into an IDO raising a lot of money and then try again to prove it. So we will start with an NFT in a couple of weeks, NFT sale. And that is like mid-December, maybe the second week, a little bit earlier. And then in the first week or second week of January, we will have the main sale of the big amount of NFTs. And those two steps are crucial. We start with intensive marketing from this week. And if those steps prove themselves, then we can go on, and then we can develop, and then we can also hire people to make the games and to develop the other things. We have one developer involved already full time. We have one designer involved. We have one advisor from an already existing, very promising, very good, actually ready to go DeFi project on Cardano. We are Cardano orientated. So we have an advisor from there already. We have 2 other developers advisory for us. So and we all tell the same story, and they like the story. They like that we have to prove ourselves before we go into the big step of getting more funding. So it's an organic grow, and I think that's what I like about it.
No, absolutely amazing. So based on, obviously, you're on the Cardano ecosystem right now, obviously dealing with Hoskel in terms of the code. I think now they're actually now working on allowing, I think this EVM, but KEVM, they call it, for deploying Solidity smart contracts to the Cardano ecosystem. What was the reasoning behind why you want to build on that stack?
I kind of like the approach Cardano has as a philosophy. They really try to say, okay, we make a platform for the future for people's use. Of course, they're very outspoken, and the crypto world is very outspoken. We all know that you have the maxims in BTC, and you have the believers in Ethereum, and everything against them is it's not good, and everybody tried to prove each other wrong. When the other is wrong, that means I'm right. And what I like about Cardano is they say, okay, they start in Africa, and to a lot of people, hardcore crypto, that's not hard financially enough. That's kind of soft. But I think it's very smart, because it's a world where development will be skipped. The whole process of a different banking system and getting people connected will be skipped. They go directly to the next, and that's the blockchain. And I think if you think out of, okay, we make something for the people, if you make something for Africa, because it sounds so not logic out of capitalism way of thinking, and crypto, the speculation on the market is very capitalism orientated, is that you start in the poorest continent in the world. But no, it's another philosophy. You want to get as much as people use your blockchain. And that's what I think is also with gaming and gamified games is you want to have people. So you want to have a network that's has a low entrance barrier. And of course, it's not running yet. It has to prove, but I do not doubt it will come. It might take another month, 2-3 months, but it will come. And I like the philosophy of, okay, we make it for the unbanked and the unconnected. And that's the same philosophy that we have with the game. It's DeFi game and you can make money with it, but you can also enter and earn your way up without having any starting capital. If you have time on your side, you can game your way up and you can win things and you get things for free. If you want to willing to put effort in, and that's actually what also is in life. If you come from nothing, you can go anywhere you want if you put effort in it. And that's a little bit what I see with Cardano. They provide that for those, and that's why we choose for Cardano.
No, I think it's a smart play. No, definitely. If you take a look at, Africa as a continent, I think the average age is like 26 years old. So incredibly young, right, of a human being. And then if you take a look at the growth of that continent, I think by 2050 or something, they'll account for 1/3 of the world's population. Yeah. So like literacy rate, is going up. So that means you're going to get young, talented individuals that'll be willing to be part of this whole new digital world, right? This innovation. Yeah. So I think from that aspect is a smart play. And definitely that's the reason, areas that we're looking at, Africa, Southeast Asia, Latin America, phenomenal growth, phenomenal opportunities there to really deploy. And that's where people are going to be more, have an appetite, right? To kind of like take away all of these intermediaries that's prevented this growth from occurring from a financial aspect. So no, good, interesting play there. The question I have is regarding the community, because obviously when you look at the DAO aspect, it's really the background is about the community. If you take a look at GameFi, it's about community. NFT is about community. And I really believe that everything's going to be morphing into this community base. Without having a community, without having this social aspect, projects will not succeed. No. So how are you going to, what is going to be that go-to strategy to be able to build from the ground up to really scale from a community aspect and also retain those to be interested, in the game over a longer period of time?
Yeah, that's a challenge, and that's not an easy one. First of all, you have to be trustworthy. That's what you have to send out as a startup. You have to communicate with them, and you have to start. Like today I said, hey, we have 104 followers on Twitter. Okay, you have to get the first 100. People that have thousands or 100,000, they say, 100, it doesn't matter. But if you start the first 10 and then the first 100, and now you get, okay, let's go to the first 1,000. So it's an organic grow. And you have to try to bring the message through the story, through quality, and also already try to be open and start communicating with your potential followers. Ask things. Like for example, now I contacted people on Discord to make 3D settings of the game. And I use different techniques. I also am not knowledgeable there, but you have 3D in a certain way, or you do pixels. So we will present, for example, 2 options, and to say, okay, what do you guys prefer? Do you like this one or do you want to go that way? So we try to say, okay, try to be involved from the beginning, even if it's 100 people. We listen to it and then we say, okay, let's go that way. And so that's how we try to make small steps with the community, and try to get them in. And talks like this, for a small crowd is the way to start. And I believe in that way. The trees don't grow in 50 meters in one day. They grow slow, but they become huge. So it's a slow process. And if you do the process good, it goes. And that's again, and I come back to what I said before. You have to prove yourself every time. And if you do that, then I believe you can grow. And you need marketing, eventually you need to invest in time and people and reach out. So you have to spend money at a certain moment, but that's normal. You have to stick out some moment.
No, 100%. And also, as you mentioned with the whole NFT, this UI representation is really, really important in terms of the design feel. So how hard has it been for you to find a creative, a designer to really kind of like flesh out and build this? Has it been difficult, or how have you found that so far?
Yeah, I had a guy that I work with my I had a startup in healthy nutrition. Started that in 2012, and that went on till 2019. And I met a guy that first made my website, and then he started also designing some of my packaging, and he was very creative. And then I thought, when we came into this project, I thought, okay, maybe I ask him, because it started very light. First we say, okay, let's make some NFTs, because that's pretty cool. They go like crazy, and maybe we can make a buck. That was actually the first start. And then actually all those other things came after. Then I thought, no, there's much more behind it. There's much more. There is the DAO now, what I explained earlier. Then the whole concept came. And that's the nice thing. If you start something, there always comes a next thing that you never expected to be. So we started with one guy, and he made very funny things. I think I can show you a little. If you can share to me, then I can.
Yes, let me do that now.
Then I can show you at least the website. And then it's
okay, you're the host now.
Yeah. This is the website now. These are the Cryptrolls. They maybe I can also start with the story a little bit, because that's what it's about. This is the story.
Yes.
In ancient times, trolls ruled the northern hemisphere of the world. At some point in history, the trolls appeared to have vanished. All they left behind were giant rocks spread over the northern lands. Some say these rocks are ancient crypts, and that the trolls are hiding inside them, below the surface of the earth. For centuries, the trolls have been misunderstood. They wanted to protect the humans against their own red race of development. Rather than being evil or a threat to humanity, they were only trying to warn the people in their own troll-like way. People didn't listen to them, and therefore the trolls went into hiding. Now humanity is threatening the hiding places of the trolls with the urge to build cities and factories without taking any care of environment, and thus destroying the earth. The Cryptrolls are forced to come out from their hiding places to defend their legacy and the beautiful world we all live in. They're going in disguise to infiltrate humanity and attempt to slow down its destructive growth. Come and dive into an unlimited metaverse of Cryptrolls. Join them in the creating of experiencing your world the way you want, through adventures, stories, and games. The Cryptrolls show you the way. So this is kind of the start of actually entering a metaverse world. And the red thread in the game, and we're still working on the game loops and stuff, but is that you can enter the crypt land, we call it, and crypt land is a safe haven where people can start their existence, a society build up game kind of. Before you get there, you have to go through another game loop, and that is to slow down humanity. And you do that together with those trolls. So you have to, you're not starting to kill humans, but you start sabotage their infrastructure so their growth slow down, so they don't go so fast. So and that you have to play for certain levels. And if you don't have money, you can play that for free, and then you have to play a lot of levels to get into the crypt land or the metaverse or the future metaverse. And if you have money to spend, then you can buy an NFT, and then you only have to play a certain amount of levels to get into the metaverse or in Cryptland. And if you get there, then you have to build up an existence. And the existence really is like, yeah, actually kind of a normal economy model. And from that world, you can go to other gaming areas, other gaming worlds, where you can say, okay, I'm going to fight dragons, or I'm going to fight, I'm going to space and fight aliens. Or so from that center place, you can go anywhere you want if you like to kill, fight, or whatever. But the home the home place will be Cryptland, with a kind of metaverse setting where, yeah, people can build their economy. And it's also an aging part is in it, so you have to maintain things, otherwise they age and they don't work so well. So yeah, that's how we try to build up an economy, with farming, with foresting, with mining, and so on.
No, absolutely amazing. I love that. I love that. So can you give us some alpha? Do you have some alpha to show us that you haven't announced or done anything so far? The community for the Familia.
For Familia, now, yeah, we have, of course, we have Discord, and the first 250 people, well, yeah, they will be always have an advantage on everybody else. So, and yeah, we just started, so we don't have many people there, so they can enter there. And yeah, what we also will give away is like a pre-seed in the minting moment. that we will do. And yeah, eventually we also will have an token sale. And like I said, we try to not to start working with venture capitalists. So we really want to start from the bottom up with, yeah, retail investor, or bigger retail investor, and we don't talk about hundreds of thousands, but yeah, people that can invest 15 or 20,000, but also the smaller community. So yeah, I think we can offer the Familia, when we get at that point, yeah, one of the earliest rounds of investments. So that will be for sure.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Really appreciate it. Okay, so if there are any questions in the group, please just you can write this down as a chat. If there's any questions, comments, anything you'd like to ask Bart. So what do you think would be really required to take where you are now in terms of that step, the whole development aspect, and then really move this into what you believe is going to become pretty big, and it's something extremely exciting? What needs to be done after development to really get to that stage, would you say?
Yeah, we need to sell the first thousands. We have around the Christmas special, and that are thousands. So yeah, that's the first step. If we don't succeed that, then we can analyze and say, okay, why did that not work? And then we go to the next NFT series, and that's in January, and that will be the 5 till 10,000 NFTs. And those NFTs will all have a utility in the game. It goes from somebody who can chop wood faster to make more wood, for building, for construction, or somebody gets land, or somebody gets gaming money. So yeah, that will be in those NFTs. So there will be a totally utility for the game. And yeah, with that we will have a first capital to make the first steps in the next development. And if we get to that step, then it gives us the confidence to say, okay, now we can start with the land sale, and then we can also start with the token sale and from the DAO and from the gaming. So yeah, it goes pretty quick. It's also like for it to make it successful, a lot of people can help with buying an NFT or a couple of NFTs already. And then we already know, okay, it's going to work. So we're not going to ask investors for hundreds of thousands of dollars before we start. So I think, yeah, there's a little risk involved. You know, the most risk is already taken by the people that work since 3 months. But yeah, time-wise, I think in next year, 12 months, there should be a game running, or already earlier. That's what we expect, because we have very clear landmarks. You know, if those, like I said, those first NFTs are not running, okay, then it's done. Then it's not working. You know, no, very easy. If it works, then we can make quick steps, and then the concept is proven, then we can develop quick. So yeah, it's kind of I think I like the business model, and like I said, you know, the people that work now take the risks, and actually nobody else.
No, I like that way because it's trial and error, right? You know,
Yeah, it's trial and error,
move
exactly.
fast, move fast. Yeah. If it doesn't work, pivot, and then find ways to be able to do, rather than raising a huge amount of capitals from VCs and then working on something, and then after 6 months, a year, nothing, there's no traction. Exactly. And then you have to start from scratch, just like being on your feet, nimble, and then just work on iterating as you go along. That's the smart way, especially in this space. Because honestly, if you take a week away, you know, shut down a computer for a week and come back, you'll feel that you've just like missed out on everything. Because it's moving so fast, this space. It's incredible. So you need to just be fully connected to know what's happening, especially from a project perspective as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's it changes very quick, and that's also the nice part of it, because, you know, it's an innovative world, and yeah, we'll see.
No, amazing. So we don't have any questions here. Is there anything else that you wanted to touch on? Maybe something I've kind of totally missed out, that's of value that we can obviously, you know, so people fully understand and aware what's going on. If not, we can basically just, you know, essentially end it, and then I have the recording, and then people that have missed out can be able to go back. But I just want to make sure that we've covered everything. Yeah, no,
you know, I want to thank you very much to share this at this early stage. You know, that's actually what I wanted to do with the family, because I'm part of it quite some time. And yeah, there's always the question, you know, why can we not start in an early project? You know, why it's so difficult? And yeah, this is a very early project, so I think it's a golden chance. And yeah, you know, like follow us and stay up to date. I'll keep in touch with Ken and also Simon about our development. So yeah, you know, try being interested in each other, and then we get this thing going.
No, absolutely amazing. Okay, we've got a point from FS here. Says basically to take a look at the Lovelace technology for your mini games, and also is happy to connect to the team. So obviously seem to be connected. So this is FS. These are guys from Project Oasis doing some phenomenal things in the space. So he's willing to help and, you know, set up some intros for you, Bart.
Okay, now awesome. I love to get in touch with them, and yeah, they have done already amazing job, so they know the area already more than we, of course. So awesome.
Amazing. Really appreciate your time, Bart. And yeah, can you keep us posted? I'll be sending all the details anyway in the description, where the social links where people can reach you and your project, and definitely we'll be in touch.
Thanks, Ken. Thanks everybody for listening, and we come back with the next development soon.
Great stuff. Thanks very much. And thanks everyone for joining. Cheers.
Cheers.